Set up.
What is going on, Roadrunner fans? Welcome in to the Roadrunner Review, the 30-minute magazine show that features MSU Denver sports and their highlights from the past month. I'm Kermit Ball, and alongside me is Lennox Williams. Lennox, tell the beautiful people out there what's ahead on this jam-packed show.
Kermit, we have a ton coming up in this month's episode. We have, of course, our top players from our student athletes that still have us wondering, how did they do it? Our men's soccer team take our Max center stage for a big-time showdown. And our golf team look to sink the national best at a national home tournament.
We have all that and more, Lennox, but before we get into all those great Roadrunner stories, we welcome in Anthony Rodriguez to bring us the Roadrunner news. What's the latest, A-Rod?
Thanks, guys. There's a lot to catch you up on, so let's jump right into it. Former men's basketball player and former NFL tight end Hayden Smith is reaching incredible heights in the sport of rugby. Smith was invited to compete for the United States in the Rugby World Cup that is currently taking place and will wrap up in October. It is his second stint with the U.S. team after playing with the squad in 2011. Smith played with the Roadrunners basketball team from 2005 to 2008, and speaking of men's hoops, the 2015-2016 recruitment class has been announced this past month. Head coach Derek Clark adds 10 new pieces to the squad, which includes 3 freshmen and 7 transfers. It looks like the coaching staff ventured to all parts of the globe, as these new faces hail from such places as Spain, Denmark, the Netherlands, and of course, Australia. I wonder if Coach Clark has hired a translator to be able to communicate with all the different cultures making their way to the Mile High City. You can get more information on the new recruits at roadrunnersathletics.com. And finally, we want to congratulate MSU Denver President Stephen Jordan, who won the Dr. Claire Van Umerson Presidential Leadership Award from the National Association of Collegiate Women's Athletics Administrators this past month. The award is given to a university president, chancellor, vice president, or provost who has demonstrated leadership and promotion of women's opportunities in athletics administration or coaching. A big congratulations goes out to Dr. Jordan, as we appreciate and admire everything he does for athletics and for women in athletics. And speaking of successful women in sports, how is head coach Debbie Hendricks doing with that young volleyball squad in this early part of the season?
Thanks, Anthony, and we'll feature that volleyball squad in this segment, but Lennox, Dr. Jordan has done a phenomenal job putting women in positions to succeed here at MSU Denver. Whether you're talking about former athletic director Joe McDermott and the amazing things she did in her tenure, or the many coaches who have become staples in the winning culture here at MSU Denver.
No doubt about it, Kermit. Coach Debbie Hendricks have over 530 wins in her collegiate career. Adrian Peets has brought 2 national championships to downtown Denver, and Tommy Harvey immediately made women's basketball relevant on the national stage. And a lot of that is because of the support and appreciation of Dr. Jordan.
You mentioned Debbie Hendricks, who leads the volleyball squad into her 16th season, and they hosted their annual Colorado Premier Challenge tournament on their home floor to take on the nation's best. First up on the docket was the Ramblers from Angelo State, and ASU builds a huge 17-11 lead in the first set. But never count out those Roadrunners. Summer Greger makes the great dig, giving Michaela Smith a chance to do what she does best, and that's throwing down kills on the opposition. She led everyone with 19 of them. Tor and Fiatoa combined for this block, allowing the runners to come all the way back to finish the first set on a 14-1 run. The second set was a tooth and nail battle that saw the points reach into the 30s, but it was the Ramblers who outlasted MSU Denver 33-31 to even the match at 1 set apiece. However, it was the home team who responded in a big way, taking the next 2 sets. Ryan Herdeman came through with 14 kills, and Brandy Tor dished out 58 assists.
Every match, every team at the Premier is a high-level team. So you can go 2-2 in the Premier, and you can have had a great weekend. And we talked before the Premier about just using the strength of our opponents to help us grow. And, you know, we're getting ready for conference. That starts next week. So I think we saw just the right teams today. And win or lose, seeing these caliber of teams help us figure out the areas that we've got to improve, and we got to improve quickly. But I think the difference between us last weekend and this weekend was huge, and a lot of it is a testament to how our kids came into practice this week. And so hopefully we can battle through a couple more good matches tomorrow, and then we'll be in conference.
Later in the afternoon, 7-time national champions Concord St. Paul took on our Roadrunners. Smith again from the left side, having a great junior year, keeping her team close in the first set. but the Golden Bears were stifling at the net, shutting down the runners' hitters and taking the first set 25-23. Into the second set now, and heard the men blast a shot off the Concord defense. It was a tight game at 24 apiece, but back-to-back attack error allowed the Bears to steal away the second set. They would ride that momentum to complete the sweep of our Roadrunners.
On to conference play for Coach Hendricks and her squad, and they took on a brand new team to the RMAC in Westminster College. Gregor goes cross-court for this kill in the first set. She tallied 5 kills in the match. Tor once in on the offense, sending over this dump. MSU Denver takes the first set 25-20. Smith with the blast. She has been unstoppable this season for the red and blue. One of the new faces this time in middle blocker Stephanie Laraway puts this kill away, giving her squad the 2-0 lead. The third set would go pretty much the same way, hitting an impressive 345 to finish off the Griffins in straight sets. Here are the standings in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference after the month of September, and they are brought to you by the Hilton Garden Inn. After 2 big wins on the road against Adams State and Fort Lewis, MSU Denver now sits in 4th place in the Rocky Division. UC Colorado Springs and Colorado Mesa both sit atop of the division, with Regis University sitting just a half game ahead of our runners. But have no fear, the team will take on Regis twice in the next month. Lennox, this volleyball team on the season, a lot of newcomers coming in and a rough start early on the season, but now they've bounced back with 4 straight wins.
Yeah, whatever Coach Debbie Endrick is saying, she need to keep on with that emphasis, because the team wasn't gelling in the beginning of the season, but now they're looking very good.
You're exactly right, Lennox. Well, we're just getting started here on the Roadrunner Review. Still plenty to come on this show. Men's soccer has an early season battle with highly ranked Colorado School of Mines, and with only 1 regular season matchup, it gets no bigger than that. But coming up next, our women's soccer season gets underway. You would expect the veterans to make the headlines, but it's the young guns who have this team rolling. We're coming right back.
The celebration is on for Mike Dunlap.
The Skyhawks celebrate a 2nd national title in program history.
And the winner of the 2006 Harlan Hill Trophy as Division II College Football Player of the Year is Danny Woodhead from Chadron State. ASU! ASU! ASU!
What do we got?
We have so much to celebrate in Division II, but we're especially proud of our commitment to Make-A-Wish.
Division II student athletes have led a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Thanks for coming back. We now hit the pitch for our women's soccer team. Head coach Adrienne Peets and her squad enter the season with 12 new players looking to earn minutes on this national powerhouse. But with returners in Noemi Polanco, Jordan Post, and Brianna Flores, you can bet this team will pick up right where they left off from last year's success.
I couldn't agree with you more, Kermit. After a 2-1 start in the non-conference season, they're welcoming Cal State Dominguez Hill to the Regency Athletics Complex for a big implication game that's on the line.
MSU Denver loves playing at home on this new pitch. They went 8-0-1 in 2014 and are already 1-0 this year. And it would be the home team who struck first. Let's slow this corner kick down as it finds the torso of Lauren Kaufman for the final touch into the net for the 1-0 advantage. Still in the first half, freshman Karina Morales with the ball, and 5 Toros are looking right at her. But she steps up and unleashes a shot that dips right to left off the far post and goes past the keeper's reach, and it's 2-0 Roadrunners. Louise Colin beats a defender into the box, looks to cross, but instead puts the ball into the net past Flores at quite the awkward angle, and the lead has been cut in half. Second half now, and Colin is looking for the equalizer. She fires, but it's blocked. The ball comes right back to her. She takes a couple touches, fires, and Flores makes the incredible save. Jocelyn Martin puts the finishing touches on the 3-1 victory to keep those Roadrunners unbeaten at home.
2 weeks later, the Krugers from Colorado Christian came into the Mile High City for a conference play against the Red and Blues. We fast forward into the second half, and Polanco gets tripped up just outside the back box, giving our team a free kick. Polanco sent in the ball, and it sneaked just under the crossbar and past the keep for an incredible goal. Let's see that again. The keeper made one wrong step to the left, and it was just enough for her not to make the save. It was Polanco's second goal on the season. Emily Romer go down the field and find Bree Sanchez making a run. She makes the pinpoint pass to Mackenzie Ryber, and the senior is not going to miss from there. The Roadrunners go up 2-0. The home team didn't stop there. Jordan Post on the free kick, going back post. The ball dropped to the ground. Freshman Raina Banks toe poke it a few times before it finally rolled past the goalkeeper. This is our second goal of the year, and the Roadrunners win the game 3-0.
So the Roadrunners are off to a great start to this new season, and Lennox, a big reason has been the fantastic play of senior midfielder Jordan Post.
You're right, Kermit. She played a huge part in connecting the defense to the offense, and she can play both offensively and defensively at her midfield position. Kermit, you got a chance to talk with her on the latest edition of the Roadrunners player profile.
I sure did, Lennox, and we learned a lot about the senior, from why she chose MSU Denver to what other sports she could be playing for the Red and Blue if she wasn't playing soccer. I'm Kermit Ball here with another edition of Player Profiles, and I'm hanging out with Jordan Post, senior midfielder for the Metro State women's soccer team. Jordan, thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me.
So first question is, Coach Peets is pregnant this season. So has that changed anything up? We've heard from some of the other players, they said it's business as usual so far.
Yeah, no, it's definitely the same. We're a lot more focused. It's been a really good preseason so far.
So she's been as hard on you guys as she has always been, right?
Oh, definitely, definitely. I don't think that'll ever change.
All right, so you're originally from Spearfish, South Dakota. You spent a season at Northern Arizona. So how did you manage to find your way out here to Denver to play for Metro State?
On my visit here, A was like, you know, if you decide to go somewhere else, there's always a spot here for you on this team. So I called her and it worked out great.
All right. According to your profile page at roadrunnersathletics.com, you're majoring in biology. So what are you hoping to do with that after graduation?
Well, I just took the MCAT about a week ago, and hoping to go to med school and then hopefully become an anesthesiologist. So
this one is going to be a little bit tough on you, I think, to ask you, but you have a younger brother, Matt. He also plays soccer. He plays for Hastings College in Nebraska, is that right? Who's better out there on the pitch?
I mean, someone had to teach him everything. So, I mean, if I were to say someone, it might be me.
All right, if you weren't playing soccer, what other sport could you see yourself playing?
Softball, definitely. I played on one of the best teams in the nation when I lived in California growing up, and still love it, and I would definitely be playing that.
All right, well, thank you, Jordan, for joining us here on this edition of Player Profiles. Don't forget, for all the player profiles, you can go to roadrunnersathletics.com. There's still more to come on the show. Our very own Andy Schlichting is taking his talents to CU Boulder to continue on in his sports information directing career. We'll talk with him later on in the show. But coming up next, our men's soccer team features a fantasy team offense in Danny Arubula, Josh Belfridge, and Dustin Berg. Who's your first overall pick? We're coming right back on the Roadrunner Review.
Are you a college student that needs a place to live? Are you still living with your parents and want your own space? The Regency Student Housing is perfect for you. The community offers many amenities such as a fitness center, 2 basketball courts, big screen amphitheater, all-you-can-eat dining hall, bowling alley, arcade, free parking, and a shuttle to and from the Auraria campus. For more information, please call 303-477-1950 or visit our website at regencystudenthousing.com.
Some students come to Metropolitan State University of Denver to find their future. Others look to sharpen their current skills. In the case of David Thibodeau, it was both. Our faculty helped fuel his entrepreneurial spirit while encouraging him to pursue his personal passions. These two talents came together in Ska Brewing Company, which he co-founded in 1998 in Durango and is considered one of the top up-and-coming Colorado companies.
So glad you're rejoining us here on the Roadrunner Review. We now bring back Anthony Rodriguez to the show as he's going to bring us some men's soccer highlights from the month of September. And it looks like we have an early season candidate for Player of the Year in the conference.
We certainly do, Kermit, as junior midfielder Dustin Berg is playing incredible soccer to start the season, especially at the Regency Athletic Complex. He's taken this team upon his shoulders in the early stages of the season and in taking on the number 24th ranked team in the nation in Northeastern State. The Roadrunners are hosting the Riverhawks at the Regency Athletic Complex, and the home team jumped on the board first. Arturo Vega sends in a very dangerous ball that Tyler Trujillo heads away from the keep over to Brock Labertu and stopped the tape. It looks like the 6'5" Labertu has a few inches on the much shorter defender, and he takes full advantage, heading the ball into the net to give MSU Denver the 1-0 lead. Runners still pressing, Danny Arubla centers, Rose Shrestha fires, it's blocked, and it ends up hitting the arm of the defender, giving MSU Denver the penalty kick. The RMAC's leading scorer takes his spot, goes high, and converts for the 2-0 advantage. Now check this out. Last season, Dustin Berg scored 6 goals and connected on 3 assists in 16 games. Not bad for a sophomore season, but look what Berg has done in his junior season in 6 games. The Castle Rock native scored 6 times and added 3 assists in 10 games less than last year's production. Back to the game, the Hawks would cut the Runners' lead in half on this questionable call on Michael Jordahl that leads to this penalty kick. But Coach Steele's squad would hang on to the 2-1 victory to improve to 2-1-1 on the season. Time for conference play to start as they took on 19th ranked Colorado Mines at home for one of the most anticipated games in all of Division II. Ordigger's on the attack. Chase Moniz leaves for David Bolt, who sends in the rocket, but it hits underneath the crossbar and flies out. Roadrunners avoid the early game deficit. Mines on the free kick, it one-hops into the box and past Hayden Russ into the net. But hold your horses, the Diggers were offside, and that's 2 great chances for the visiting team, but nothing to show for it. Time for the home team to show some offense. Arturo Vega on the move, and he blasts the shot on target, but it was right on the keep's hands. We head into the second half, Mines looking to end this clean sheet, sweet pass to Richard Garvey, who sends in the volley over Russ, but it misses just wide. How many times can the Roadrunners get lucky in this one? How about some free soccer? Mines sending in the ball, Metro fails to clear, the ball ping-pongs around, and Ryan Blar is there to clean up the mess to end this game by a final of 1-0. Head coach Jeremy Tittle and the squad looking to get back into the win column against Colorado Christian. However, they would have to do so without Dustin Berg, who broke his tibia against Mines and will have to miss the rest of the season. Terrible break for a guy who is leading the RMAC in scoring. So who steps up for the squad? How about Vega? He chests the ball to his feet, whips in the ball, and the keep has to make an amazing save to keep this game scoreless. How about some defensive help on offense? Danny Arubla leaves the ball for Tyler Trujillo, who floats in the shot, but it's just over the crossbar, and we could be heading into overtime. But another great scoring option could be Josh Belfridge, who scored 9 goals in 2014. He's racing toward the goal, takes a step to his right, goes far post, and it sneaks through for the 2nd goal of the season and for the 1-0 win to steal away 3 important points in those RMAC standings. And speaking of those conference standings, their lone loss to Colorado Mines has them sitting on the outside looking in case there is a tie for home pitch advantage in the playoffs. But there is still a ton of season to be played for that to be a major factor. The loss of Dustin Berg is a crucial one for the men's soccer team, and we wish all the best to Dustin Berg and his family as he will rehab and be back for his senior season in 2016. There's still a ton left on the season left for the red and blue, and you can bet that the likes of Belfridge, Arubla, and Trujillo will have this team rolling as they head toward the postseason. Don't venture too far from your seat. We still have top plays up ahead on the Roadrunner Review.
I'm Dustin Berg, junior midfielder for the Roadrunner men's soccer team.
Oh, and through the net underneath the legs of Costa. Oh my goodness, and that is going to do it. Metro State wins 2-1.
And you're watching the Roadrunner Review. Get rowdy.
I'm Abby Nolan, senior outside for the Roadrunner volleyball team.
Nolan, who's got 2 kills, comes up with the 3rd to end set number 1, 25-21. Abby Nolan with 3 kills.
And when you're watching the Roadrunner Review, get rowdy.
Welcome back to the Roadrunner Review. In the past year, the Roadrunner family has lost a few important people who have moved on to greener pastures. First, we lose 17-year athletic director Joe McDermott, and alongside her, 11-year men's soccer coach Ken Parsons. And now, Lennox, we're sad to say we have lost another great Roadrunner and sports information director Andy Schlichting.
Yeah, Kermit, so sad to see him go, but he's moving up into the Division I ranks, and he will be working as the assistant SID at the University of Colorado. It's another tremendous loss here at MSU Denver, but we know Andy's going to do a great job as a Buffalo.
Hey guys, I've got a question right here. So what's coming up next?
I'm heading up to the University of Colorado to be the assistant sports information director for women's soccer, tennis, and lacrosse. You know, it's been a great time here at Metro State. Met a lot of great people, worked with a lot of great people, and I mean, we have an unbelievable staff athletic department. All the programs are great here, but you know, at some point, you're just looking for new opportunities. You know, I've been here 6.5 years, so it's just an opportunity to grow professionally and just get a different experience in the sports information world. You know, with Division I, it's just things are very similar, but just on a much bigger scale, if that makes sense. You know, here we're dealing with the student media at Metro State. At the University of Colorado, you're dealing with major TV networks, ESPN, Pac-12 network. So it's just an opportunity to meet some new people, see sports on a bigger stage. It's really tough to leave, to be honest, and it was a really tough decision. I definitely had to put some thought into it. You know, I've met so many great people here at Metro, worked with so many great people here, and like I said, it's a great program here. So it's definitely difficult to step away. You can't beat the facility in the school in downtown Denver, but it's also a great school up there in Boulder and a pretty unique campus up there as well. So, you know, both schools have their pluses, and it's going to be exciting to have a new experience. As far as some of the top moments since I've been here at Metro, certainly the national championship run in men's basketball 3 years ago was just an unreal experience to get to be a part of the Division I Final Four and everything that went along with that. You know, working with each individual coach. You know, I don't think I've had a coach here at Metro that I haven't enjoyed working with, and same with the student athletes. They've all been great. So I'm really going to miss that, and hopefully keep some of those relationships with me as I move on. To be honest, there aren't really any nerves. I feel like Metro has prepared me very well to move up to a position like that. You know, when you're going from 16 sports to 3 sports, there's certainly going to be a lot more time, so I can get a little more focused on certain things. I can do some more things when teams are out of season that I wasn't able to do here at Metro. It's a really unique campus. It's amazing to work in downtown Denver and then work with all the great coaches and student athletes here, and we've got a great staff, and make sure you enjoy it and build those relationships. Certainly the relationships I built with the coaches, student athletes, the staff, that's something I'll certainly take away from here and I'll keep with me. I'll always be a Roadrunners fan, and I'm excited to, you know, dealing with just 3 sports up at CU. I'll probably have a little more of a life balance, so I'll get an opportunity to come down here and be a Roadrunners fan.
And we, of course, want to wish Andy the best of luck in Boulder. He will be sorely missed here in downtown Denver. We're coming right back with some tennis highlights and the top 5 plays from this past month. Match point here on the Roadrunner Review as we head down the final segment of this month's show. We have a couple updates from our golf and tennis teams as they hosted some top talent for some important home meets. Our own Eric Lansing has more.
Thanks, guys, and may I say you guys are looking sharp today. We'll tee things off with our women's golf team who took part in the National Championship Preview Tournament in Aurora. It is the first ever home meet for our Roadrunners. Junior Cha-Cha Will Hoyt led the way for the red and blue, finishing with a +5 after 2 days. Allie Johnson was right behind Will Hoyt, shooting a +8 for the tournament and a +6 on day 2. That's incredible. Check out this spectacular chip by Danny Look. She would tie with her teammate Valerie Cruz to round out the top 4. The team as a whole finished 13th overall. Now let's hit the courts for some tennis as head coach Daniel Hangsteffer and his squad hosted the Roadrunner Invitational at the Regency Athletic Complex. Joey Cherney had a fantastic showing as the freshman reached the semifinal round in the main draw. The top finisher for the women in singles play was Emily Kerr, who battled her way to the semifinals. The senior Casey Love had a strong showing, defeating 2 opponents to reach the quarterfinals. Ling Chao fell early in the tournament, but rebounded to make an impressive run at the Consolation Bracket Championship. And finally in doubles play, the team of Anna Yelena Vujoshevich and Chao won the Flight B Doubles Championships against the Mavericks from Colorado Mesa. All right, back to you guys for some top-notch plays that this audience doesn't want to miss.
Thanks, Eric. All right, it's time to bring you the top plays from this past month, and they are brought to you by the Regency. We'll kick off top plays with 2 great plays in one. Angelo State's Brianna Sotelo drops a bomb on the defense, but Summer Greger is there for the great dig, and that turns into a big-time kill for the home team. Check out the great reflexes from the senior Greger, who kept it alive for Michaela Smith, who crushes the kill for her team. The Roadrunners pull off the huge upset against the Rambells to kick off the premiere.
Play number 4 comes from the Regency Athletics Complex with men's soccer. It's a tight 0-0 contest against Colorado Christian, and Josh Belford received the pass with plenty, and I mean plenty of space to head towards goal. The defense finally collapsed, and Belford fired between the defense and goes low past the diving keeper for the game-winning goal. With Dustin Berg lost for the season, Belford knows his number needs to be called, and he comes up big time to help his squad take the victory at home.
Let's venture out to the greens for our play number 3. Danny Look on the 10th hole. She's just outside the green. She aims, fires, and gets the chip to fall. That's a big-time shot and a big-time moment in their team's first ever home meet at the National Championship Preview. The team would finish 13th overall.
Back to the rack, where sophomore sensation Brianna Flores was standing tall in the net for the Roadrunners. In their match against Cal State Domingos, the Toros were pressing, and here's our own Eric Lansing with the call.
Kalin, left foot, nice block there. Right back to Kalin. She takes a couple touches, right foot, and off the hand of Flores, but over the crossbar. Great save there by the sophomore keeper.
What a brilliant save, and that's why she's regarded as one of the top netminders in the conference.
And the top play from September comes in the very same game against Dominguez. Freshman phenom Karina Perales, who already has 1 game-winning goal to her credit, comes through with number 2 on the season with this impressive bending shot that the goalkeeper has no chance at. If we look at it again, once the keeper takes a step to her left, Perales blasts it to the far side post and in, leaving the keeper hopelessly watching it deflect off the post. The freshman earns her 2nd game-winning goal of the season, and we'll be excited what else Perales can do in her freshman campaign. Those were the top plays from the past month, and as always, they are brought to you by the Regency.
That's going to wrap it up for this month's edition of the Roadrunner Review. And remember to keep up with the MSU Denver Athletics all season long at roadrunnersathletics.com.
That's right, Lennox. We also want to thank Andy Schlichting for everything he has done to help this program reach the heights that it has over the past 7 years. You will be missed, and you will always be a Roadrunner. For Anthony Rodriguez, Lennox Williams, Sean Tafoya, Celeste Zubia, Eric Lansing, and the entire Roadrunner Review crew, I'm Kermit Ball, and we'll see you next time.